Well, hello artists, welcome to the Impossible Kingdom. I have my prompt cards ready. We're going to jump right into something fun and crazy. We don't know what it is yet. I have my 140-pound watercolor paper, some watercolor crayons, Sharpies, and some other stuff, water brushes. If you have colored pencils or crayons or whatever you want to use, get them ready and let's go. So, I'm going to separate these cards out and then we'll see. These cards are completely mixed up and shuffled and random, as always, so that we don't know what kind of weird monster we're gonna make. So I'm gonna pull one of these out. I have tarantula. Let's see, one of these, this is the medium size here. I'm gonna pull one of these. Porcupine.
That's not a porcupine, that's a peacock, bud.
Pull something out of the middle here. Lion, alright. And one more time. Alright, those are all shuffled up. The details are shuffled. We have 75 of these. Let's pick something from up here. And we have a mustache or beard. Okay. Put your thinking caps on. Let's get creative. And let's go. So what comes to your imagination when you hear tarantula, peacock, lion with a mustache or beard? Hopefully it's something funny and wild, something you never knew you were going to be drawing today. On this one, I'm going to use the peacock face, I think. So I want to have, it has this swooping kind of nose on here, or the beak on here, and they have a smooth head. I'm going to put this a lion mane on here, since that's kind of fun. And then, just like that, and these eyes. The eyes should be the tarantula eyes. We'll have two big eyes, and then I think they have one more up here, I think. So that's 8 eyes. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so we have 8 eyes on him. Cat whiskers on there, these little jowls. And then above the peacock, they have these 3 little, there are those. The lion mane needs to come out like this. And then I also need a funny mustache on here, so I'm gonna put that mustache right about here. Yeah, it's gonna block some of that handlebar mustache. That's why it's called that. It's just like your bike handlebars. Okay, so we have a couple whiskers. We have this giant lion beard anyways coming down. Then off of here would be this neck, and then the bird body like this. And then behind here it has these feathers that go up its back. This is a weird one, I like it. And then the peacock tail is the biggest, kind of fanciest thing here. So it has all these, I think they're called eyes, I'm not sure. These, and then we need some tarantula legs on here. So I'm gonna put, tarantula legs are creepy. It doesn't matter what you are, if you have tarantula legs, alright, these things need to be pretty hairy. And then also on, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the bird body here, and then the tarantula has that big butt back there, so I'll make it something back there too. Okay, so we have tarantula legs coming off of here. They're real segmented. It's like a segment, two, it's like one main segment that comes off of here, one, and then this thing. That's probably too long, but that's fine. I'll put another foot here, and then a big segment there. Put one back here. I'm gonna put a little one up here so we can eat. So that works for me. I'm gonna get some ink on this and see where this takes us. So I'm gonna go here, get these eyes, making the eyes a little bigger so I can see them from outer space. And that is a ridiculous mustache. Okay, there's the beak. Kitty cat jowls. Here, the whiskers. Alright, so this one has a funny mustache and beard. Luckily we drew the lion, which is a big bearded animal anyways, so we're good. Alright, we have these little things on the top of the head here for the peacock. I don't know what to call these, but they're little feather holders or something. each of these should be a different color, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna make these legs take shape. Little hairy puff legs. And then I'll detail a little more hair and stuff on them. The hairier the scarier, you know? Tarantulas. I don't really want to see tarantula standing next to me. I used to live in the desert, and there are lots of tarantulas there. So, and this thing's not getting all scratchy on me. Ugh. No, that's too much ink. Man, what a waste. That's my fault. If you push down on Poscas, they will bleed out. Okay. So I'm going to stick one more back here. One more leggy. Hoping these are kind of possible. These legs. What am I saying? I don't want it to be possible. This is the impossible kingdom. It's the whole point, right? We only draw that which doesn't exist. Butt back here. Alright. And then on here, I know there's a bunch of hairs as well. The back of their butt. That's what I need to actually do to their legs. Like that. That's how they. I don't know, that's how they smell or something like that? Put it in the comments if you know the answer. It's how I know it's how they feel, but... Alright, so I'm just adding a bunch of hairs here to the legs. Yeah, this is starting to look like my legs. I don't know if I finished what I was saying there. I used to live in the desert. I used to see these all the time. Tarantulas, not these. Tarantulas all the time on the road. I have big hands. And the tarantulas, when I was a kid, seemed like they were about that big. I don't think they were, but makes your skin kind of crawl to think about it, but they were at least this big. So, I mean, imagine a spider that giant, kind of like walk around. They're not easy to eat. Wait, no. Well, they're not easy to eat either. That is true. But you know what I'm saying. I'm just kidding. Alright, there's a lot of ink going on here. Okay, so now I'm just adding these in here wherever I can. Make it look a little more full. Real peacocks, obviously, far more majestic than this. But hey. Alright. Now this guy's getting some detail on here. Okay, and then on here I'm adding a couple of these fruffles to make it look like this little guy could have some feathers back here. Alright, so it's still kind of a bird body that's shaped like a tarantula, etc. etc. Okay. The ink is done. I'm going to erase just a little bit and see where that gets us. I'm going to detail just a little bit more with this ink, and then each of these I'm going to make a swirly swirl inside of. I think I got all of them. I'm going to keep these eyes black here. I'm going to leave a highlight in each eye. Just a little white lets you know it's alive in there somewhere. Okay, so we have that. We have this mustache. There's just some directional lines, let you know there's a big hair there. That's that. And then I'm going to say every other segment here of the feet, of the legs, should be off colored like that because that's kind of how they are. Alright. Now I'm going to add a little color to this. So that does it for the ink for sure. Now I'm going to do orange, so it's like an orange lion looking thing. What color mustache should we do? I don't know. You tell me. So we'll do an orange, well, orange lion, and then every other segment here will be orange. Does that work for you? That way we'll be able to tie in the face to the body. And then these legs, I think, will also be, I guess these will be orangey. So the light segments of my legs will be orange to match the body. And then the other segments here, let me see, I'll use some yellow. I'm gonna add a little yellow to this orange. And I know kind of how these blend, so I know I like the color of this yellow on here. I need to pick a face color for him. Green, green will look like praying mantis. Let's do purple. Very royal spider. It's supposed to be fancy, right? He's dressed up here. He's a prince spider. And in the back here, I'm gonna make this blue. And of course, all of these little eyes or doohickeys. I don't know what we're calling them. What do we call them? I just like this color blue a lot. I know that very little color goes a long way on this. So, and then this mustache gotta be blue. So it stands out. His face, I guess his face could be purple. Put a little green in that mustache, or in the beak. Purple, I'm gonna do a light plum color, like this one, yeah. It'll help brighten that purple just a little bit. Oh, this color spreads a lot also, so I don't need a lot of this color. And I'll put a hair of light blue in some of these. I don't need a lot. I'm gonna go with that. That's good for me. Okay, so everything's colored up, or everything's roughly colored. Okay, so I have my water brush. Everything's colored in roughly with the watercolor crayons. Let's see what magic comes from this. So I'm gonna start with the face, since that's kind of an important part. Whoa, now. I'm gonna have to go back in with my Poscas and pull those whites back out. As soon as you lose your white, then you lose your white. It's hard to get back. Whew. Man, that color, that purple is no joke. That goes on thick. Other colors you can kind of mess around with it and you have to layer it on and whatever, but that purple is no joke. I'm just gonna keep going with purple here. Usually I like to do the lighter colors first, but since I'm right-handed, I'm also doing left to right, so my hand doesn't drag back through these colors. So if you're left-handed, you probably want to start on the right, that whole thing. And if you're left-handed, we still love you. We have a couple left-handers in our family, so, you know, gotta buy them the extra scissors, and they don't get extra scissors. Oh, see that smudge? That's what I get for being mean to lefties. So this is my Phoenix Sun spider here, apparently. Subconsciously I made a... You guys don't know what that means, then that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna do this yellow-orange, so I'm moving on to his mane now. Mane. Okay. Looks kind of fun. Getting these legs to match now. Okay, now onto the beak here. Make that beak this greenish yellow bun. Onto the mustache. Mustache is blue. Alright. Onto the big feathers here. And the little feathers. I'll have to put a little bit of white in each of these to make it kind of pop off. And these are kind of sloppy here. I need to put on my color a little more carefully, and then I wouldn't be having this problem. But those crayons are not the easiest to aim there because they're so broad. So, no excuses. I gotta learn my tools better. That's what my takeaway from this is. I have to learn my tools better. Alright, that's kind of a fun looking bugger here. Booger? Bugger. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this color, a little more warmth in this, in the mane. Yeah, like that. I didn't get the three little things above his head up here. Those colored in. There we go. And now I'm gonna add our gray. So all I do here is pull out some gray, and then when you go in, just darkens up each thing. You can also use black, but black to me kind of mutes the colors too much. The gray mutes the colors, but not as extreme. So as you can see, each of these adds a nice little edge, kind of like that. That helps. See how that kind of gives it a little more shape. Alright, I'm doing a mustache shadow here. Darken up on that face a little bit, under the beard here. Make this a little darker. And then under each leg where they attach. Right there. I'm going to shade the whole leg, each segment. A little bit of shade on each piece. And then the very last thing I'm going to do here. Like that. Now I'm coming in with my white Posca here, and I'm just going to highlight on the top of these legs. Give a little separation between the body. Put these eye highlights back in. Okay. Alright, every little bit helps. Some separation between this mane. I got kind of lost here. And these whiskers. And it works. With the black Posca here, and we are done. If you want, for bonus points, you can put a little bit of shadow. So I like to wet each area here by the feet, and we'll just go back in with a little bit of gray, just a little. And when it dries, you'll be able to tell the difference between the paper and that. Well, that about does it for my lion peacock tarantula with a funny mustache. We got everything on there. I hope you cracked your imagination open and poured it onto your page at home. Please subscribe so I know that you're watching these videos, and I'll keep making them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.